there, thinkers. It's me, Quizmaster Jack, here with some tantalizing trivia tidbits on Thinking Game Trivia as we play through NAQT's Buzzword Week 23. Let's get at it.
In a 2012 film about this man, he is killed by the typesetter Reynolds and is played by John Cusack. 8 low-budget 1960s films directed by Roger Corman are based on this author's works and star Vincent Price. For 10 points, what author's works inspired the films?
It's gotta be Poe, then. What was that John Cusack movie where he played Edgar Allan Poe? I don't even remember. In 2012? Huh. Yeah, I don't even know what movie that was. Because there was that fairly recent one that was like a murder mystery at West Point that Edgar Allan Poe was a character in. I forget the title of that. Editor Jack is already going to be doing a lot of work about these movies that present Jack doesn't know about.
This game's 10th level, Rat Race, is set in a spaceship called Gargantua. Players ride speed bikes through the turbo tunnel in the most...
Yeah, that's Battletoads. Speed bikes in a hard level in Battletoads. Well, they didn't say Battletoads, but I filled in the blank of Battletoads, a classic brawler of the Final Fight style, but you play as anthropomorphic toads. Rash, Zit, and Pimple, I think, are their names in the original. I think one of them isn't in Battletoads 2, and then they replaced them with somebody else. Fight against the Dark Queen, Battletoads.
This actor portrayed Matt Stewart, the widowed father of daughters played by Kat Dennings and Brie Larson, on the WB sitcom Raising Dad. He voiced the widower of Tracy McConnell while narrating How I Met Your Mother.
Bob Saget. Tracy McConnell spoilers for How I Met Your Mother. Tracy McConnell is the name of the mother, played ably by Christian Milioti. Yeah, so Bob Saget was the voice of Old Ted, but then when they got to the end, final episode, they just had Josh Radnor playing Old Ted without Bob Saget's voice. It was... I saw Bob Saget live once. It was pretty good. He did like an acoustic set at the end. And I don't think it was like a comedic acoustic set. He just like got a guitar out and started playing songs. I guess when you're Bob Saget, you can just start doing that at your comedy shows.
This company's commercial, Fast-Paced World, was the first ad to feature speed talker John Machida Jr.
Oh,
the white space between the last 2 letters.
Yeah, so it's FedEx. Right, yeah, because the E and the X make an arrow. You can't really tell on your... Go look at the... If you haven't seen it, it's like a very famous thing, but you can go see it. It has an arrow in between the E and the X to make you feel like it's going. Like the arrow in Amazon, I guess. Well, the arrow in Amazon is from A to Z. Famous bit of graphical design and a logo.
A hit from this singer's 2024 EP, Unheard, describes smelling like a bonfire lost in a haze. This singer says, "I'll take my whiskey neat on Too Sweet," and sing...
Oh, that's Hosier. I was in... They asked about Too Sweet and something else. I've never heard Too Sweet. I do like Take Me to Church, though. It's a basic song, but I think it's pretty good.
In a film by this director, a fountain shaped like a fish welcomes visitors to the Villa Arpel. In another of his films, an American tour group sees a door that slams in golden silence at a Paris trade exhibition. Mon Oncle and Playtime star, for 10 points, what French filmmaker as Monsieur Hulot?
Is this, what's the... No, they would have said From Earth. Let's just say Renoir. Jacques Tati. That's a better answer. I just don't know old directors. Art house film is not a strong suit. But of course, I've heard of Jacques Tati. I just couldn't pick him out of a lineup.
This TV show removed the character Dan Briggs due to the limited availability of Orthodox actor Stephen Hill. The ex-magician Paris was played by Leonard Nimoy on...
Yeah, that's Mission Impossible. Leonard Nimoy was on Mission Impossible. Fun fact that got me 16 points. Then you go on to other more famous things about Mission Impossible. Probably the theme song. It'd be funny if in the question it's got the theme song that goes dun 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 dun. But I don't think they would do that.
This man hired his sole researcher, Norbert Perlroth, to spend 10 hours a day at the New York Public Library. He popularized the fact the U.S. had no national anthem in 1929 in an entry of his King Features Syndicate series. For
what is going on?
What cartoonist created the Believe It or Not series?
Okay. There's some wild stuff about Robert Ripley. Yeah, I guess it makes sense that he would just have somebody in the public library researching all the time. If he wasn't just making stuff up. Yeah, I guess he technically was a cartoonist that did other stuff. Yeah, good question.
In a film set in this state, the song his master's voice plays as Red Welby is thrown out of a window.
Red Welby.
In this state, Mildred angers Chief Willoughby by writing the phrase, "and still no arrests."
Missouri. Because that's from, that last clue was from 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So you just have to know the title. I don't know what that was. Was that just a question about Ebbing, Missouri?
This band's highest charting album in the US included the Phil Spector produced Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio and was titled End of the Century. Their 1976 self-titled debut included a song with the refrain, "Hey ho, let's go."
It's the Ramones, right? Okay. As the Ramones got both music questions, but dropped a arty French director. But I'll take a 126, 9 out of 10. Not a bad week. No French directors here as we play sports now.
This team lost a playoff series in 2016 on a walk-off error by a second baseman. In the 2015 ALDS, this team lost a game when Sam Dyson gave up a homer punctuated by Jose Bautista's bat flip.
So that's the Rangers. So Jose Bautista did that bat flip in the playoffs against the Rangers, and they haven't stopped hating him, even though he's out of he's out of the game. I'm pretty sure he's out of the game. Haven't heard about it. Haven't heard from him in a long time. But I mean, and the Rangers they're now World Series champ Rangers. So maybe the beef has settled.
This quarterback made his first NFL start after a punctured lung incapacitated Tyrod Taylor.
Oh,
this man, whose 31 passing touchdowns were a record for an NFL rookie, spent 4 seasons as a starter at Oregon. For 10 points, what quarterback drafted in 2020 starts for the Los Angeles Chargers?
Oh, it's Herbert. Justin Patrick Herbert. Yeah, he did have a very good rookie season, didn't he? Yeah, I was on Tua for a while, dreading having to spell Tagovailoa. But he did not go to Oregon. He went to Alabama. And he also has never played for the Chargers.
This event, which began in 1900, is named for a competitor who became U.S. Secretary of War in 1925.
Oh.
Harry Hopman captained Australia to 16 wins in this event, whose women's equivalent is named for Billie Jean King. The premier international team event in men's tennis is...
Is that the Davis Cup? It is the Davis Cup. I always confuse the cups. Ryder Cup, that's the golf one. That's easy. And then America's Cup, that's America.
While on camera during TV coverage of this object, an Alaskan student held up a sign reading "Bong Hits for Jesus." Janet Evans gave this object to Muhammad Ali at Centennial Stadium in Atlanta in...
Oh, it's got to be the Olympic torch. because Muhammad Ali lit the Olympic flame in Atlanta. Just like bong hits for Jesus. I know that one. Olympic torch, please. That's a good. It keeps you on your toes when they have the question in sports and they're like, this object.
In 2024, a player with this surname broke Dale Ellis's team record for three-pointers in a season. A Raptors player with this surname claimed to be sick in a 2024 game to limit his stats as part of a betting scheme.
Oh, it's the guy that got banned again.
Give the surname of the Nuggets Michael and the now banned Jonte.
I think it's Porter. I've gotten so many questions about the guy that got banned, but I just don't remember his name. Maybe now, finally, it'll sink in. Multi-word answer.
In 1967, an official for this event, Jock Semple, assaulted Catherine Switzer. In 2011,
this is the Boston Marathon. I should spell Boston right, at least. Yeah, because there's a famous picture of her trying to run the race and him like trying to take the bib away from her. Because he didn't think women should run in the race, and that sucks. I bet that question doesn't get any funner as it goes on.
This rookie became a starter when Matt Barr was cut by Bill Parcells.
At football.
This man, the last active NFL player to have played in the 1990s, scored the game-winning points in the Tuck Rule game at snowy Foxborough Stadium.
Isn't this just...
The NFL's all-time leading scorer is, for 10 points, what Colts and Patriots kicker?
Oh, was this... It's Vinatieri. I was close. I was very close at spelling it right. I was really saved myself from buzzing in and saying Tom Brady. But Tom Brady never actually played in the 1990s, did he? Yeah, he was drafted in like 2000.
In this man's Cy Young winning season, he pitched 283 innings without allowing a stolen base. He won a record 10 World Series games and is tied in career starts for his team with Andy Pettitte. For 10 points, what 1950s Yankees lefty was nicknamed the chairman of the board and Whitey?
Whitey Ford, then? You can call them Whitey Whackers. Only know stuff through Simpsons. Just think about it. Your pretzels are the ones that pummeled Whitey Ford into unconsciousness. That's not the quote. You can call them Whitey Whackers is the quote, though.
An NHL team based in this city lost the 1984 Good Friday Massacre playoff game.
It's Quebec City. It's a Good Friday Massacre. It's that was the Quebec Nordiques versus the Montreal Canadiens. We get a highlight off of sports. It's rare. I figured it was Quebec City because they were asking about Montreal. I think they've already asked about I think Montreal has been an answer this year. I feel like that wouldn't have been a starting point for the Montreal Canadiens. But I would guess Nordiques is the final word. Actually, I would say Nordiques at some point. It may not be the final word, but it's got to be pretty close to the end. All right, now we have to name a basketball school.
This school's basketball team won 87 games in 3 years with guard Damon Bailey. This school's 1985-86 team was profiled in John Feinstein's A Season on the Brink. In 1993, Calbert Chaney became the Big Ten's all-time scoring leader, playing with, for 10 points, what school coached by Bob Knight?
Oh, Indiana? Okay. Just hang out, waiting for the giveaway. Yeah, Bob Knight, famous Hoosier firebrand, I believe is a charitable way to put that. It's like in Parks and Rec where they have the the Pawnee cover, the famous cover band of Pawnee, Bobby Night Ranger. That's going to be it for me here. Week 23, Buzzword. Had a good time. That's a good time. I felt a little lacking going into it. Maybe recording a little too early, but solid scores. 18 out of 20. We'll take it. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And if you like Buzzword, you can play it yourself over at neqt.com/Buzzword. That's going to be it. As you throw chairs at the Harvest Festival, I'm just turning these sports things into... hey, I'm wearing the right color shirt for Bobby Knight. Anyway, that's going to be it. I'm rambling. We'll see you later.